Good morning, folks, and welcome to Executive Insights. I'm Ollie Chandhok, the president and publisher at the Dallas Business Journal. Very excited to have you joining us today. We've got a special guest, one of our Fast 50 award sponsors for 2024, Hunter Austin. Hunter is the managing partner at Kelley Austin. Hunter, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Ollie. Looking forward to it.
Very excited to have you here. Very excited for the event that's quickly approaching. Now let's set the stage a little bit. Tell me about the company.
Sure. So founded a little over 3 years ago at this point. Both myself, my co-founder, have been in the Salesforce consulting ecosystem, which is what we do, for a little over a decade. My co-founder is actually my brother-in-law.
Okay.
We are married to sisters, so somewhat of a family business, for sure.
A large family business.
Yeah, exactly. Extended family business, if you will. But yeah, it started out when we were both at a consulting firm together, really focused on Salesforce back in the heyday of Salesforce really breaking into a lot of large companies back in the early 2010s. We kind of learned the ropes at different firms and decided to start our own with the relationships we had built over time back in 2021. So yeah, we help companies who buy Salesforce implement it for their business, enhance, maintain, all those good things.
Great stuff, Hunter. So now let's bring it home to Dallas here. So how is our region, the DFW region, embracing emerging technologies like AI, and what trends are you seeing among these companies looking to implement these solutions into their business?
Sure. Most people probably don't think of Dallas at the forefront of emerging technology, right? It's your Californias and Austin, if anywhere in Texas. But Dallas has really made a shift post-pandemic that we've seen, and really starting to at least get closer to the leading edge of embracing. Mm-hmm. And some of that too is just based on the industry mix that's here in Dallas now, opposed to what it was maybe 5-10 years ago. So we're starting to see companies be interested, right, on some of these things. And hey, talk me through the first step. Maybe not the first mover, but some of those first movers when we talk about AI
Sure.
came a year ago, 2 years ago. We're really starting to see our Dallas-based clients, which is a lot with us being headquartered here, really start to think about what ducks do I need to get in a row to really start taking advantage of this, or at least learning from it.
No better place to be headquartered in my humble opinion. Now, you are the managing partner at a Salesforce consulting firm. How do you see AI transforming the way that most businesses are operating?
I think we're going to see efficiency increases is the main thing that we're going to see, at least in the beginning, right? My prediction that I keep telling everyone is over the next 5 years, customer service is where I think we'll see AI play the biggest part.
Okay.
In companies' ability to deflect cases away from humans having to interact with basic customer support or even advanced customer support. We're starting to see it some on the sales side as well, right? Where people are using AI to generate leads to get maybe someone in the sales funnel all the way down to kind of that final or penultimate stage. But I really think customer support is where we're going to see it initially.
Okay.
And that's where we're seeing a lot of people focus. It's hard to hire people in customer support. It's hard to retain people in customer support. So that's where we're seeing the most, the biggest increase.
Now, Hunter, rapidly evolving industry. Now, Hunter, the high-tech sector contributes nearly 5% of Texas's GDP and over 9% of employment. How do you see this sector's role evolving in this post-pandemic economy we're in?
Yeah, I think it's only going up. I really do, especially in Texas. And again, Austin kind of led the way, but then naturally Austin's kind of over-bloated itself with tech, and we're starting to see that shift up to Dallas a little bit more, specifically if we're going to talk about the DFW region. So I think one of the biggest things is tech's shift to profitability over the last 3 years that we saw. You start to see this focus on where can we start cutting costs? Where can we be more efficient with our spend? And with everything Texas has to offer, a lot of it comes down to that. So I think we're going to continue to see tech here, and then tech's ability to grow being in Dallas is huge, right? You have some of those cost efficiencies, both hiring and overhead. And so you're not only going to see it migrate here from other places or continue to have companies started here, but you're going to see them be able to grow faster than they would in some of those other areas, West Coast, East Coast.
So now the relocation story here in North Texas continues. It's thriving. It's booming. We've seen a massive influx of companies, particularly from California, many high tech companies as well. Talk to me about how this influx is sort of shaping or reshaping the industry locally.
I think that where that really is most important, if we take away the 1,000 jobs moving and something like that, I think that the head of the snake for some of these companies, and I don't mean forgive the pun when I talk about this, but executives are who I'm referring to at these companies. Pretty much any tech company that we have, regardless of where they're headquartered, someone on the executive team lives in Dallas. I mean, it's crazy. Right. Every time we go to LinkedIn for a new client, we will find someone who is here in Dallas. We've got working with one customer right now whose CRO is based in Dallas. They are flying people in from 4 different locations around the country for an on-site discovery at our office up in Richardson. So I think that is the biggest trend that we're seeing, and then naturally things will follow that, right? If the executives are here, the executives want to live here, then you naturally see movement. Even if they don't have an office here, you just see this natural migration of employees to be in this area. And executives, a lot of them, even in tech, want to be around their employees and work with them. And I think we continue to see that more over the next 2 years as well.
So now let's do a little forward looking, considering all these things we've just talked about, emerging technologies, AI. How does the DFW region look in 5 years? How will it reshape some of our businesses and the trajectory we're on?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much this the DFW-based companies really embrace AI in general. I think I'm very bullish on it, on the companies in the area really focusing on it. We are hosting an AI day coming up, and we've had a lot of interest in that from an executive level, which tells us that they are interested. How it actually changes companies, I think anyone who tries to give you an answer on that is purely guessing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't know where this stuff is going to go. One day we think it's really strong, it's going to solve all our problems, and then the next day we hit an error and we're like, whoa, maybe we're a couple years away. So we'll see, but what we are seeing is that companies are ready to come to the table and say, what does my data need to look like? What business processes do I need to change to start taking advantage of this? How that changes employee outlook or that type of thing, I'm still under the impression that AI is going to help your better employees be better. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be the real win there, opposed to replacing employees. So again, back to that word efficiency, the companies that can figure out how to use it to increase efficiency are the ones who are going to win.
So advice, what advice would you give to companies that are sort of concerned about these emerging technologies and these shifts?
My advice would be to take a first step. And that's what we see. Our clients are scared because they don't know what step 1 looks like. Mm-hmm. And what they hear about and see on, they read articles, they're reading articles on step 5 and step 6, and it's a long bridge for them to get there. But if they can start with step 1, which for us is sit down and pick one business process that you think could be enhanced by AI, right? And then we start talking through where does the data live that is affected by that? Who are the stakeholders that would be affected? We have a 6-step process that we walk through to get to step 1. And that starts to make it more real, right? It's okay, this is what this would actually look like. It's not that scary, or we're not as far away as we think we are, or it's not going to really change our employee outlook or our hiring plans or anything like that. It's just going to be steps, A, B, C. But a lot of people are making the mistake right now of not even getting started and approaching those problems, getting stuff written out on paper.
So now I'm going to shift gears on you. The upcoming Fast 50 Awards, one of the Business Journal's legacy signature events. You're joining a terrific group of sponsors for the first year ever. Yep. Why is this event so important to you? How can you help some of these honorees and nominees?
So Waylon, my co-founder, and I, when we started this business, what we really wanted to do was attach ourselves to fast-growing companies and help them evolve and be part of that story. We've had the benefit of being able to do that with some really great Dallas-based companies, Texas-based companies in general. And so that's literally what we started the firm for. And so being able to see these companies grow over the years and really want to grow, both from a company standpoint and also how they use technology, mm-hmm. which is obviously important for our business. Yeah. And that's why it's an important sector to our firm. It's the exact type of companies we want to work with and that we really respect for growing in this region where both Waylon and I grew up as well. So having jobs here and flourishing businesses in Dallas is something really important to us.
That's awesome. Well, we're happy to have you on board. Now, how does somebody get a hold of you if they want to reach out?
Yeah, the website's the easiest way, kelleyaustin.com. There is a second E in Kelley, so Kelley, Austin.com. We went with the law firm naming approach, both our last names opposed to something creative. So all the information is there, and we'd love to connect with other Dallas-based, Texas-based companies.
Well, Hunter, great spending time with you today. I really look forward to getting to know you even more.
Thanks, Ollie. Appreciate it.